Morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning, take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Mohit.
Yes, sir.
So how are you, Mohit?
I'm fine.
Good. So welcome to the mock interview.
Thank you.
You belong to Rajasthan,
Yes, sir. Ajmer.
Ajmer, and sociology is your optional. First attempt.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Hobby Hindi Sahit, Information Center, Indian social issues. Good. Tell me why Rajasthan is still not a developed state. On the basis of your knowledge of sociology, market it to us. How you will market Rajasthan on the basis of sociology only.
So coming to the first part of the question, why it is still backward, I think that has more to do with the economy and geography of the Rajasthan, because it's a dryland state and therefore agriculture and industrial base is as such not viable. Coming to the and geographically again it's a very difficult terrain. So those are the main reasons for the economic backwardness. For social backwardness, there has been high influence of patriarchal culture, as well as there have been rigid caste identities that have persisted for long. So I think those were the main reasons why Rajasthan remained backward. How would I market Rajasthan? Would be its vibrant culture. Since we have inherited Rajputana culture, we also have inherited Mughal culture and British culture. There is a blend of multiple cultures present in Rajasthan. So tourism industry is one of the main prominent areas of Rajasthan. Along with that, we can project it for renewable energy. We can project the renewable potential of Rajasthan, especially in the solar sector. Along with that, we can also, like economically, we can project in terms of the minerals.
Okay, good. What are the changes in the last, say, 20 years or 25 years in Thar Desert?
Yes. So changes would be along, firstly, dryland farming has been introduced in some areas of the Rajasthan, which particularly in the northwestern Rajasthan, which is dominated by the Thar Desert. Secondly, I think border infrastructure has vastly improved, with BSF being the mainstay of it. And thirdly, solar power parks have started coming up in the areas near Thar. So I think those would be the major changes in the Thar.
Anything related to micro irrigation?
Micro irrigation, although its pilot projects are being run, but I'm not aware that if it is adopted at scale or not. I would need to look into it.
Rajasthan actually is very good. I mean, the Water Resources Ministry awarded also Rajasthan few years back for the micro irrigation practices.
Sir,
From where you get water for the micro irrigation? In Thar?
So that can be, canals could be constructed, I think.
No. There already
Okay.
there is a network. So I just want to know from what resources actually we are getting this water for
Particularly,
the micro irrigation. Yeah, then the entire actually Rajasthan area, Western Rajasthan,
so
Thar area.
Indira Gandhi Canal, I think sublets of Indira Gandhi Canal could serve, because that crosses from the same region.
How many districts it is covering?
I'm not aware of it, sir. I'll need to look into it.
Then any other canal?
So there are some projects coming up, like I was aware that multiple tank storage projects coming up in areas.
There is actually one canal which is passing through Gujarat and entering into Rajasthan and covering two important areas where you need water of Rajasthan. And Rajasthan had made good use of that water.
Okay, sir. Sir, I would need to look into it. I'm not aware of the canal.
Okay, good. My last question, you are actually very keen in Hindi Sahitya
Yes, sir. I was associated
activities.
with the club. Yes, sir.
So, I just read out two lines.
Okay.
You have to tell me actually the poet
Okay.
and the actually writings, from where actually it is taken.
I'll attempt it.
सौभाग्य न सब दिन सोता है, देखें आगे क्या होता है.
Sir, I think it's from Rashmirathi, if I'm not wrong. It's from Rashmirathi, and the poet would be Dinkar, Ramdhari Singh Dinkar.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Mohit,
Yes.
you come from Ajmer.
Yes.
Give me in very brief 2 or 3 sentences the why Ajmer is so popular and what is the uniqueness about Ajmer?
Sir, Ajmer is particularly famous for the Chishti Dargah which is there, and it also has multiple, like it's a blend of multiple religions over there. We also have Jain heritage sites, Hindu heritage sites, that is the Pushkar, nearby Pushkar. So
Good.
that is the one thing.
That's the one I wanted to know about Pushkar.
Yes, sir.
What is unique about Pushkar?
Sir, Pushkar houses the only Brahma temple. It's said that it houses the only Brahma temple in the world.
Good, good. Now, how would you promote Ajmer as a tourist destination out of India?
Sir, I believe that Ajmer has a lot of tourism potential. Firstly, I would do it in terms of religious tourism, wherein we can attract all the major religious followers, be it Hindus, be it Islam followers, be it Jain followers. So that would be the first thing. Secondly, Ajmer has a very rich greenery, as well as like there are artificial lakes constructed in terms of Anasagar, Foysagar, and beautiful tourist spots are built around them, particularly Baradri. That could be
What
one.
about Rajasthani food?
Rajasthani food, yes, sir. I think that would be one more selling point.
All
Also.
right. Ramayana. These are the days when you actually switch on the TV and all you see really is Ram Mandir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I heard day before yesterday that they have agreed to extend invitation or they plan to extend invitation to 55 countries,
Okay, sir.
heads of state, government,
Yes, sir.
to take part in the Pran Pratishtha.
Yes.
Did you hear about that?
Sir, I have heard that they have extended it to all the political parties, but I am not aware that if they have extended internationally.
But if they were to invite foreign heads of state and government
Yes, sir.
to the function,
Yes, sir.
what would be your reaction?
Sir, I would see it as a welcome step, since we are planning not to develop Ayodhya as a religious city only, but we are planning a whole tourism circuit around it.
No, the tourism, then again, that's a religious tourism.
That's a
When you
religious.
say, when you build the temple, when you are declaring about the puja being done thrice a day, when you are doing everything related to religion, why do you say this is not about religion?
Sir, because a religion would be one aspect of it, but the whole circuit that is being developed in and around Ayodhya, that will promote tourism in general. So I think the objective of inviting head of the states would be to promote this circuit and this tourism potential that we want to tap internationally.
Then why don't we do the similar kind of functions about Jains? We have Mount Abu,
Yes, sir.
annual function over there.
Yes.
And then why don't we do about the mosque?
Yes.
Like, why don't we do that?
Sir, I think we are promoting other religions too equally. For example, we recently celebrated Veer Bal Divas, wherein we did
Which one?
Veer Bal Divas, which we recently celebrated at the scale. Even during the, I think during Ramadan times, there were functions organized, state functions organized for iftar and everything. So I think we are promoting other religions too equally.
Okay. One last question now.
Yes.
You have heard about our nationally determined commitments
Yes, sir.
on energy,
Yes, sir.
renewable energy. Just tell me in brief what those commitments are.
Yes.
And also, because you are from IIT, tell me what the government will need to do to meet those commitments.
So NDCs, the submitted and updated NDCs of India stands at that we will have 500 gigawatt of installed non-fossil fuel based energy. We will achieve 45% reduction in carbon intensity as compared to 2005 levels. And at third would,
45. By when?
by 2030. By 2030, these goals are there.
Okay.
Those are two. Then 500 gig. Then we need to achieve net zero by 2070. That's another NDC. Apart from that,
Cost.
cost. So cost.
Cost of meeting these commitments. I mean, there is a budget outlay.
Yes. And one more NDC is that 50% of the total installed.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yes, sir. So are you asking about the cost of meeting these NDCs?
Yes.
Sir, like in terms of renewable energy, currently the cost of renewable energy generation is higher. But when we compare it to long-term power purchase agreements of the state discoms, we see that comes.
I don't want to lecture.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Cost.
So cost
There
would,
are 3 different models, all in public domain.
so cost would be, I think, in the short term, the prices of the energy would increase. So there could be discomfort.
Budget.
I need to look into the
You need
figures.
to look into that.
I'll go
Okay.
look into the
All right. Trump versus Biden. Your remarks
Sir, it's going to
for
happen.
India.
For India, I think India is following a balanced approach even with the Trump administration.
No. Okay, carry on.
Even with the Trump administration, our political as well as executives had a good camaraderie, and even with the Biden administration, that cooperation has lasted. I think, irrespective of the political leadership, US will remain a strong ally and a strong partner of India in the near future.
All right. Thank you very much.
Poonamji?
Mohit,
Yes.
what makes you shift to the civil services? Bullet points 1, 2, 3.
Ma'am, I think right from my childhood, I had this influence due to my mother as well as grandfather that public service is a viable and satisfactory career option. Secondly, even when I did a project in my undergrad and I realized that I would be more comfortable, like there were only the technical aspects of it only we could handle, but with the civil services background, I would be exposed to vast number of challenges and scope of that would be there. And third, I think it's a personal reason because I believe I have a strong belief in this vision of Amrit Kal. And I think next 25
But
years.
that is recent.
Yes, ma'am.
But you said childhood.
From childhood, the influence was that public service career is
All right.
Yes.
If you were so clear and you're an intelligent person,
Yes.
why did you pursue electrical? Because then you denied somebody, these are government resources. It's a subsidized course which you undertook.
Definitely, ma'am.
How do you justify that?
Ma'am, I would justify that because, firstly, even during my electrical, I have gained a lot of knowledge which I could use for civil services. For example, we are pushing for power sector reforms.
Okay.
Power sector reforms is one thing. We are pushing for renewable energy, green energy.
Okay.
That's where my electrical knowledge could come in. Then grid integration and other stuff like power systems.
But do you think you will get power and renewable energy day one?
No, ma'am. I think we
Then-
would. But I think,
You may be in very general industries. You may not come near power at all.
ma'am, if I am posted in some other domain, I would also learn the skills
So
of
what
that.
would be the skills which you would then be able to use from your IIT subjects onto the civil services? Give me those.
First would be the analytical capacity I believe that my scientific background has allowed me to be more objective as well as analytical. So that would be first thing. I think second, skills would be, I think, handling the pressure situation right from the competitive environment of the IIT JEE to IIT Kanpur, which has one of the toughest academic curriculum. So I think those two I would say have built the qualities that would be required.
But there are many qualities which a civil servant requires, and you
Yes.
haven't named those. So this would not be a complete set that you would require to be a good administrator.
Ma'am, definitely
What
there
are those skill sets?
I think it would require a good public engagement, like having a good, clear public engagement. Apart from that, it would require objectivity, wherein you can analyze and you
That
can.
you have said, analytical skills,
Yes.
and your chess kind of helps you in that.
Yes. Apart from that, you need to have a short-term strategy and a long-term vision as an administrator.
That's okay. What are the basic qualities of an administrator?
I think connect with the people,
All right.
Ability
You've
to-
done that.
ability to plan,
Done
and
that.
Being objective.
Have you watched this movie 12th Fail, or you were too engrossed in studying?
Ma'am, I have watched bits and pieces of it, but I
So
haven't.
what is the moral of the story? The entire movie, what does it convey to you?
I think the basic moral is the hard work. If you are persistent with your goals and if you are persistent with your aspirations, your hard work will show fruit.
So that is the only message you get from the movie?
I think that's the
That's
prominent.
the only thing? Then I think your focus, your analytical skills, you need a relook. Because honesty is something which is the prime message which the movie carries.
That's true, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
So where does honesty stand in your list of, qualities which a civil servant needs to have?
I think those are that is the basic quality.
So how did you miss it?
Yes, ma'am. That's
Yes,
true.
all right. Now, some of the earlier questions which you were asked, I'll just ask very short supplementaries. You said Rajasthan is backward because of there is no industrial base.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
There is low investment.
agriculture and industrial base. What is stopping the industry to be established in Rajasthan?
Ma'am.
Agriculture, I can understand, though even that is now shifting, but industry.
Ma'am, the main reasons which I have read are the lack of connectivity. Though DMIC Delhi Mumbai,
That was once upon a time.
ma'am, still it's a work in progress. Even with the Delhi Mumbai industrial
The
corridor,
industrial corridors are coming here.
they are coming up, but the progress has been slow.
So do read on that. When you mention that industrial base is missing, do read on that
Okay.
for the backward. Is this a leap year?
2024 is a leap year, ma'am.
How do you say it is a leap year? 1900 was a leap year?
Yes, ma'am. Every century is a leap. Matlab, every 100th year.
Do read on that.
Okay.
1900 and 2000.
Okay.
One of them is a leap year, one of them is not a leap year. So every century cannot be. Do read on that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. What is happening on 1st of February?
Budget will come on 1st
Yeah.
of February.
So what kind of a budget is it going to be?
Ma'am, I think in 2024, since it's an interim budget, we are not expecting any huge announcements. But then again, I think it would be continuing with the welfare and developmental schemes of the
It will
government.
not be a full-fledged budget. It will be a vote on account for 4 months so that we can carry on till we get the
Final
thing.
budget.
Now, is the flag hoisted or is the flag unfurled?
Unfurling would be, I think, at a newer location, but at standard location, the flag is hoisted.
Do read into that.
I'll
Okay?
look it into.
Okay. It has got to do with your independence and being declared a republic. When is it hoisted? Every year it is hoisted and it is unfurled. When? Do look into that. I'm not going to tell you so
Sure.
that you do a little bit of your homework.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your view on state funding of elections?
Ma'am, state funding of elections is a good idea because that will prevent the entry of black money. But I think the scale at which the Indian political parties operate, that would be a burden on the taxpayers' money. And secondly,
All right. My last question.
Yes.
Should we have religion practice on the roads or that should be not done? Though we are a secular country, we are a religious country. Should it not be practiced at home instead of on the roads and in public spaces?
Ma'am, I think religion can be practiced both at home and at public spaces.
Are you not disrupting the others when you are doing it at public spaces? I need to go to the hospital. Your procession is going on.
Ma'am, as I think those security arrangements would need to be made, adequate arrangements would need to be made.
No. You read, just go back on this subject and you'll see many people have died on the road because they were religious processions or a VIP procession even. Okay? Thank you so much, Mohit.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir.
Mohit,
Yes.
you play cricket?
Yes, sir, I have played cricket in my college days.
Okay. What did you do?
Sir, I am primarily a medium fast bowler.
Up to what speed did you achieve?
So it was not like in a formal setting, it was more inter-hostel cricket, so I'm not sure.
So you're more a bowler.
Yes, sir, I'm more a bowler than a batsman.
Okay. Tell me, you must have heard of the IPL. Everyone has.
Yes, sir.
Has IPL been good to the Indian cricket or bad to the Indian cricket? Name the pros and cons.
Sir, it has been a mixed bag. The good would be that it has increased the popularity of the cricket to a significant level. It has also led to unearthing of newer talents from previously unknown cities. For example, Rinku Singh, Yashasvi Jaiswal, all of these are the product. Secondly, it has also had a positive spillover impact on other sports as well, like with coming up of Pro Kabaddi League, Indian Table Tennis League. IPL is impacting them also. Fourthly, I would say that it is attracting the best talent worldwide in terms of coaching staff, support staff, as well as players. So I think our domestic players are getting a good exposure. But the flip side of it is there has been allegations of black money entering the fold. There has been allegations of players being actively engaged in IPL and therefore missing out on their national commitments due to injuries. There have been allegations of betting and spot fixing in 2013. That has been the flip side. I would say those are pros and cons of IPL.
You missed out some more important ones.
Sorry. In terms of cons, I think one would be that players are giving more importance to IPL than to their national boards. So,
There was a time when people were paid in the hundreds
Yes, sir.
for playing a test match cricket.
Yes, sir.
The fee could be as much as 500 rupees.
Yes, sir.
So many players, after their career was over, they spent their time in penury, even if they were top grade players.
Yes, sir. Correct.
So nowadays, even son of an auto rickshaw driver like Muhammad Siraj,
Yes, sir.
he can earn in crores.
Yes.
So it is one way of people coming from the lower strata of the society earning big money,
Yes.
supporting themselves, supporting their families. So that is a very big plus point.
Yes, that's true.
The minus is it has been very detrimental to the test match cricket.
Sir, I would differ on it. Although it has increased the attraction towards T20, but as we have seen, if good cricket is played in test match, I think that also increases the popularity.
See, for being able to do well in the IPL,
Yes, sir.
one thing that you require in test match cricket is patience.
That's
To
correct.
be able to play slowly and steadily.
Yes, sir.
That you don't do. Look at the Indian captain. He was out first ball in the last T20 match.
Sir, but he is experimenting with his batting style. We have seen in World Cup, he has done good.
After playing for 10, 15 years, scoring so many centuries, if he's still experimenting, then it shows a lot about the player.
Sir, but it also shows adaptability.
Okay, I'll take you on your answer. My second question is, you say you have played chess also.
Yes, sir.
What is an ELO rating?
Sir, ELO rating, it's basically a system of rating, FIDE has standardized the ELO rating. That is on the basis of, it has various factors involved. For example, your opponent's rating and your own rating. So ELO rating is the basic standard rating of the chess players. Most of the standard players and tournaments use ELO rating for their comparison seedings. For example, a grandmaster would have an ELO rating in excess of 2500.
What is the ELO rating of the highest ELO rating achieved by any player in the world?
Sir, I think that would be Magnus Carlsen, and I'm
How
not
much?
it was around 2860, but I'm not sure of the exact figure.
In the excess of 2880.
2880. He was targeting for 2900, but then he drew many games, and that's why it fell.
What is the highest that an Indian player has achieved?
So that would be Vishwanathan Anand. That was around 2790s during his prime, but I am not sure of the figure.
Did he not touch 2800?
I'm not sure, sir. I would need to look into it. But that was Vishwanathan Anand.
There are machines which have beaten the best in the world,
Yes, sir.
and their ELO rating is certainly better than the human beings.
Yes, sir.
How much have these machines ELO rating reached?
Sir, as far as I know, the latest Stockfish as well as Alpha engines, they have in excess of 3200, which I am aware of.
It's almost 4,000.
Okay, 4000.
IPS is his choice number 2,
Yes, sir.
right? You know, the 3 major criminal laws,
Yes, sir.
they have been modified, amended, and these laws have also been passed in the 2 houses of the parliament.
Yes, sir.
I believe they have received the assent of the president also.
Yes, sir. They have received the assent.
Okay. Can you tell me, one, the new names vis-a-vis the old names of the 3 laws, and 2, the major changes proposed, major changes?
Sir, the new names would be like Indian Penal Code has been replaced by Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita.
Bharatiya
Nyaya Samhita, sir.
Sanhita.
Sanhita. And the Criminal Procedure Code has been replaced by Bharatiya Nyaya Samkhya Sanhita. Okay.
Bharatiya Nagrik.
Bharatiya Nagrik Samkhya
Suraksha.
Suraksha Samhita. Okay. And Indian Evidence Act have been replaced by Bharatiya Sakshya Bill, but Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam now. So that's the new name. The major changes would be in Bharatiya
Law-wise, IPC.
In IPC, the provisions of homosexuality, criminalization of homosexuality has been deleted, as well as adultery provisions has been deleted.
That's a minor anyway.
Newer provisions for issues like mob lynching has been introduced. There has been certain offences for which punishment has been made stringent, particularly related to offences against child and women, and it has been more made in sync with the POXO Act, Prevention of Sexual Offences Against Child Act. So that has been the major changes in IPC.
The terrorism.
Terrorism, the terror definition has been included, but then again, the experts are saying that it would lead to parallel legislation along with UAPA. So that remains a contentious
So
point.
there was a reason why terrorism has been introduced in the IPC, even though UAPA already exists. That's the point I wanted to ask you.
Sir, I'm not sure. I have heard that there is a debate on it, but what is the rationale of introducing it? I would need to go look into it.
UAPA is an act which many states, especially the opposition-ruled states,
Yes.
they have agreed not to have make these laws applicable in their states.
Okay, sir.
If the terrorism is included in the IPC, it will have countrywide application,
Yes, sir.
irrespective of the states.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Okay, sedition.
Yes, sir. So sedition provision, as such, the word sedition has been dropped, but there has been a provision under the name of Rajdroh. That is, if anyone acts to promote enmity against the state, or disturbs public law and order, or incites violence against the state. I think.
Okay. What about one major changes of the new CRPC and the new Evidence Act? Only one.
But I'm not aware of the Criminal Procedure Code. I would read on it. But in Indian Evidence Act, they introduced the provisions of biological samples, as well as the provisions of accessing the digital data of any criminals. So
Making digital data admissible.
admissible in the court. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mohit,
Yes.
good morning.
Morning, sir.
You're doing very well. Good to see you here.
Thank you, sir.
With a nice warm smile. Young man, all set to go and face the world.
Yes, sir.
Good. We'll play a quick game of rapid fire.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Deep blue.
Deep blue. No, not aware, sir.
No. Okay. Candidates tournament.
Candidates tournament is the tournament organized to know who will be competing against the world chess champion.
How many Indians are in the fray?
I think 3 Indians this time.
Very good. Who's India's number one?
Currently, it's Pragnananda. He surpassed Vishwanathan Anand yesterday.
Very good.
Yes.
You've been keeping track. Excellent. All right. Moving forward now. All right. Cricket.
Yes.
Ranji Trophy, Dulip Trophy, Irani Cup.
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, these are domestic tournaments, but I'm not sure about the difference in these.
No. What could it be?
Sir, I think one is a region-based tournament, like where the zones participate. One is a state-based tournament, and the third could be the format difference, but I'm not sure. I'll look
Form
into
is not the format difference. Anyways, no problem. We'll move forward. Okay.
it. Yes.
What is One Nation, One Grid?
One Nation, One Grid is a project which is being pursued since electricity boards come and discoms come under particularly the purview of state government. So there is an issue like wherein if we need to trade power interstate, there comes issues of infrastructure, as well as there is a lack of infrastructure regarding the interstate transmission of electricity.
How will it help the consumer?
Sir, it will help the consumer because let's say I am a discoms located in a state which is southern state, and there is lower power bid available from a producer in northern state. And if there is a One Nation, One Grid, I could easily procure the cheaper electricity. And I think that would reduce the tariff cost for the consumer as well.
Very good. What is a smart grid?
So smart grid are basically ICT control grid. What that does is that enables smart metering that will enable easy switching on and off of the grid so that wastages could be minimized.
Two benefits and two disadvantages of a smart meter.
Sir, benefits would be efficient metering and reduced AT&C losses because we would factor in.
Very good.
And disadvantages would be we do not currently have the infrastructure for that. Like we have tried for it since 2013, but we are not able to provide it at scale. And secondly, I think the issue of e-waste maybe.
Okay. Good. Anyways, we'll move forward now. Okay. What are the border districts of Rajasthan?
Jaisalmer, Badmer, Churu.
No.
Okay, I'll look into it. I know Jaisalmer and Badmer are the border district because of BSF postings.
There are more. Okay.
Okay.
Now you spoke about temples.
Yes,
You
sir.
spoke about tourist attractions and tourist places in Rajasthan.
Yes.
a delegation is going to visit next week and it is only interested in wildlife.
Okay, sir.
Where will you take the delegation and what will you show them there?
So firstly, I would start with Bharatpur,
Okay.
Keladev, and then I can take them to Sariska. Apart from
What will you show them in Bharatpur?
Keladev is famous for its migratory birds, so
Okay.
that could be one thing.
Next, very
then,
good.
Rajasthan has a rich network of tiger reserve that would include Sariska, Ranthambore, and Ramgarh Vishdhari. And also there is one more coming up near Jalore. I'm not sure. I'll look, but there are 5 tiger reserves in Rajasthan. Apart from that,
Fine, one tiger reserve is enough. We are happy with seeing one tiger reserve.
and are they coming specifically for like environment or wildlife? only?
Wildlife, I said.
Sir, we can. I think those 2 would be the main attractions.
No, you missed 2 major things.
I think we can also take them to Pushkar, like if it's during the camel fair time. So,
Camels are there everywhere. What about black buck?
so black buck Chinkara, it's found. I'm not sure of the district, but
What about great Indian bustard?
Great Indian bustard. I think Keladev sightings would have Great Indian bustard.
Very few.
Very few. But I think those would have. That was the.
Okay, anyways. Okay, my last question to you.
Yes, sir.
You went to All Saints School.
Yes, sir. I went.
What is All Saints Day?
All Saints Day, sir. I haven't heard of it. I'll look into it, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So Mohit, we will have internal discussion for
Okay,
5
sir.
minutes.
Sure, sir.
We'll call you for feedback. Just wait in the waiting room.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So Mohit, tell us what is your assessment. There is no need of writing actually. You will get the recording
Okay, sir.
and just you refer to the
Okay,
recording.
So,
So tell us your assessment about your performance in the mock.
sir, one area of improvement is my ability to recollect. Like NDCs, I couldn't recollect, and there are bases which I need to cover, particularly in my DAF, like All Saints Day and other questions which have been asked. So that was the one thing. But from my last mock, which I gave 3 days ago, I think it was significantly better because I was more calmer and confident this time. So I think that's my assessment. That's my takeaway.
Where you will grade yourself on a scale of good, very good, outstanding.
Sir, I would, it would be good, but there is a lot of scope of improvement, sir, definitely.
Good. When is the interview?
Sir, it's not in phase 1, so list is not out
So
yet.
time is on your side.
Yes, sir.
Good. And how many mocks you have attended so far?
So this was my second mock. The first I attended 3 days ago.
Second. What was the advice given in the
Sir,
first mock?
there I performed like, it was disastrous. I was very nervous there. So even I knew what I needed to work on. It was mostly my confidence and my just speaking slowly, like I was very fast and nervous there. So I knew what I needed to do. So yeah, I think it was very apparent what were the shortcomings in the first mock. So that was.
Now let me give our assessment and our advice
Yes, sir,
to
sure.
improve the performance
Sure, sir.
on behalf of all the members.
Yes, sir.
Number one is that you are between very good and outstanding, touching outstanding.
Okay, sir.
And if you continue with this performance along with more hard work,
Yes, sir. I will.
more knowledge to gain,
Yes, sir.
then you can definitely make it.
Yes.
And we will be surprised if you are not making it in the top services. This is our assessment.
Yes.
Okay. Now, some suggestions.
Yes, sir.
Number one is actually you will be appearing for the final interview with this beard, or you
No,
will
no,
be
sir.
clean
Everything
shaven?
will be gone. The hairs will be trimmed. So right now it's more for mock. So I haven't done the. So that will be there.
That will be okay. Then not also slightly. I mean, it's okay, but
Yes,
it should be
it's
slightly
slightly
tight.
asymmetrical. I would.
And I don't know actually what will be the length.
Okay.
Can you just stand? We can see the length of the tie.
Is it
Slightly, yeah. It should
Shorter.
be
It should
shorter.
touch your belt.
okay?
2 inches.
Okay, okay. I'll make it shorter.
More.
Right?
No,
The
Longer.
front flap
Longer.
is
It should
longer.
touch the corner of the tie should go to your belt.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll retie it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are very confident
Yes, sir. I'll
and
work on it.
you have improved tremendously if you compare actually with your first mock. This is what actually you narrated.
Yes, sir.
You have improved and you have done very well.
Yes.
Now, suggestion number one. Sometimes actually you speak very fast.
Yes, sir. I know that.
So you have to just you see, just slightly slow down. That is number one. Number two is that you have to work on your DEF.
Yes, sir, I will.
Each and everything you have mentioned in your DEF, you must actually prepare some questions
Yes,
on the
sir.
basis of DEF, or some of your colleague
Yes.
or peers group person can make the questions
Yes.
and answers one page.
Yes, sir, sure.
And I mean, you see, it should be like revised every third or fourth day,
Yes.
the DEF,
Yes.
all hobbies, everything. That is number two. Number three is when panelist is explaining something or giving you some idea to, you see, give the better answer, you should not comment like okay or good, because you are not in that position
That is a bit.
to comment
Yes,
on the
sir.
panelist. Just keep quiet.
Okay, sir.
Occasionally you can smile.
Yes, sir.
Argument, no argument. Big no.
Okay.
Even if you feel you are right, just ignore, avoid.
Yes.
Don't enter into an argument.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then Rajasthan, home state.
Yeah, there were glaring deficiencies. I'll prepare it again thoroughly.
Because you are not knowing about the
a lot of things were
lot of
missing.
things
Lot
about
of things were
Rajasthan.
missing.
So you have to actually work hard over.
Rajasthan, next 2 days I'll prepare thoroughly.
Sociology, you didn't mention about, you see, the dances, the music, the folk music,
Folk music are
lot
there.
of food.
Food is there. Rajasthani food is famous. Yes, sir.
Whenever a question is asked, a pointed question, and the panel member is repeating, you were still answering, though you didn't know. When Goel Saab asked about the cost
Sir,
part,
I was not.
yeah.
Sorry, sir. But I was not. I didn't get like the cost in terms of social cost or economic cost. So
in that situation, what you should do, you should request the panel member to repeat the question.
Okay.
Because it is taking your time.
Yes, sir.
Your time is being wasted.
Makes sense. Sir. Yes.
You should be very clear that it is your time. These 25-30 minutes is your time, and you have to prove within this time frame. So if time is wasted, it is your time.
Yes, sir.
And when you are not sure, there were many questions. Say, sir, I'm sorry, I'm not able to recollect at this moment. And that you will be given actually one more question. More opportunity. And you will be assessed on the basis of performance when you are giving the answers, the quality, the arguments, the logic. So just focus on that. And it is, if you are not knowing few questions, it is perfectly okay, perfectly fine. You will not be assessed on that.
Yes.
That you are not able to answer 5 questions or 4 questions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
There was no need to bring Amrit Kal, because nobody asked.
Yes, sir.
Because then the interview will go in a different direction. And we don't know actually whether you will be strong on those actually questions or not. When your interview is going so well, so good, don't try to give actually leads to panel members.
Sir,
If it was intentional.
I have a query. Like,
Yeah.
If they question me about like what economic vision of India in the next 25 years or the social vision of India in the next 25 years, so like I have prepared a bit on it. So would it be as advisable to say next 25 years in place of Amrit Kal?
Yeah.
Okay.
You talk about actually, it should be highly objective.
Objective.
Unless you feel actually you want to take the entire panel in that direction. But there is no need of that.
Okay, sir.
Because you did so well. So what is the need?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, when Poonam Madam asked about the requirements, the qualities of civil servant, you gave the answer, but it was not very good answer. And as Madam hinted also, it should be actually ethical side, the honesty, the team
Coordination.
leadership. Yeah, those things actually were missing
Yes.
in your answer. So just actually revise that, focus more on that. Flag question, Madam asked, unfurl or hoist. You didn't know,
No.
but you were trying to answer.
Yes.
So that is big no. If you are not knowing, say, sir, so, sorry ma'am, I am not able to recollect.
Sir, I have a query.
You will
So
be
can
given
I-
the time. You will be given the time.
Yeah.
You will be given the time to ask questions and doubts. Okay. And never comment will have to look into it.
Okay.
Because the UPSC panel is not going to give you time that you go and look into it and come after a week's time. Okay, so never give this kind of response. Increase the knowledge base, current affairs, foreign policy, economy, then you will do very well.
Yes, sir. I'll try my best, sir.
You are extremely intelligent, suitable, capable
Yes.
candidate, and you will make it. Now, if you have any question, any doubt, you can ask any of us.
So, one question with regard to suggestion which you gave. If I'm not sure about hosting or unfurling, can I say I'm not sure, but can I attempt it? Can I ask that to the board?
Yes. Seek permission. That
Seek
can I take
permission.
a guess?
Okay. And
But seek permission when you are at least 70-80% sure.
okay,
No wild guess.
okay, sir.
On this unfurling or hoisting, there is no guessing. Either you know it
Yeah.
or you
Or you
don't
don't
know.
know.
It's a matter of fact, really.
And sir, one more thing. Can you elaborate? What did you mean by the cost thing? I was not very sure what were you asking when you were asking about the cost?
Very simple. You are an electrical engineer,
Yes, sir.
so you have worked on the power plants
Yes, sir.
engineering.
Yes, sir.
But you are going to convert from the fossil fuel power plant to the renewable sources. The options are either solar or windmill. They are the only two at the moment, or the nuclear.
But that is very less. Yes.
At the moment, it is less, but you can increase the nuclear component. We are working on that, really.
Yes.
So when you say it's very less, you do not know the whole picture.
Yes.
Now, what I'm asking for is that if you are going to talk about 0%, zero carbon, zero net, 2070, 50% renewable by 2030,
2030.
what will be the budget outlay on doing all this thing? Now, if you go to the Google, you'll find there are 3 studies. And as a power engineer, you should know that really. How much will it cost to convert to 50% renewable?
Okay.
In what kind of mix?
Okay.
50% solar, 30% wind, or 30% nuclear, or 40% nuclear. According to the most conservative estimate, it is going to cost $70 trillion. $70 trillion. And what is our GDP at the moment?
So 4 trillion.
It's not 4 trillion.
Matlab, it's 3.2, but
Don't say matlab.
yeah.
You, okay. Therefore, where I say cost,
Yes.
is it going to be achievable or not achievable? But from a power engineer, from an electrical engineer, that would be expected.
Okay. The cost you mean in that? I'll go and look at the model.
Mohit, never quote any data unless you are 100% sure.
Yes, sir. With the GDP.
Yeah.
Not 3.2.
Not 3.2.
No.
So unless you are very sure, there is no need actually.
Yes, makes sense.
Any other question you want to ask?
Sir, I'll work on the suggestions. I think that's I'll work on
See the entire recording.
the entire recording. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll work on the suggestions.
But you will do very well.
Sir, I'll prepare more and I'll try my best. Sir.
So can I add something?
Yeah.
Amrit Kal.
Yes.
Your allegiance is to the constitution,
Yes.
not to the government of the present day. In your working, yes, you will do what the government policies are, but basically at the back of your head, your allegiance is to the constitution. Okay? So this sloganeering as a civil servant, you will avoid.
Okay.
Okay?
Sorry.
The second point is, when you knew Praganand,
Pragna.
why did you answer Vishwanath Anand? Then give a nuanced answer. Give that though he is, but this is what has happened yesterday.
Yes.
Okay? And there was a third point which I wanted to tell you. I think those are the 2 points.
Preparation wise, I make a suggestion, Mr. Chairperson. Your thinking is not structured.
Okay, sir.
You tend to go from left to right and then top and bottom. Structure your thinking.
Yes.
Put down the issues on a piece of paper. Say, choose 20 issues, 50 issues, whatever. You have plenty of time.
Yes.
And begin to write down under that issue on the paper. And as you write down, you will see where you are actually getting disjointed. Okay? Once you have written down, revise. Within 1 week, you'll find there is a difference in the way you think.
Okay, so I'll do more structuring and I'll get back.
Just one line. Mohit, you need to be more polite.
Okay, sir.
Even now you are like, matlab.
Okay, I understand.
You can't do that. Very, very senior people who have done everything in life are sitting down here. They are very kind, that's another thing. But from your end, you need to give them that respect.
I
Okay, so you cannot, please be more polite.
I will, sir.
Lot more sweetness needs to be brought in. And another thing is, remember, it's not a debate or a competition that I have to climb on top of their backs and win this debate or this competition. Be ready to cede ground at any time, any point in time. Okay, you don't have to prove your point each and every time.
Sir,
Okay,
I
good.
think I went to the other extreme this time. I'll tone it down definitely, and I'll try to be more polite.
No, you are very good.
Very good. You're very
You
good.
are outstanding, and you will make it. That is our unanimous assessment of all the panel members. But just keep in mind, this is a job interview,
Yes, sir.
a formal interview where you are supposed to answer the questions the way actually we have explained, we have advised.
Yes, sir.
Be cool, don't argue. You have good knowledge base, good academics, and you will do very well.
That is the newspapers. Newspapers.
You are reading newspapers
Yes,
daily,
sir. Indian Express I am reading daily.
morning.
Yes, sir.
Make it a habit,
Yes, sir. That's a daily thing. That's a task.
Yeah.
Daily task.
and you will do very well.
Okay,
Can
sir.
you make it 2 or 3 papers? You have the capacity to do that. With Indian Express, add an economic paper because by the time your interview will come, the budget would have come. So there'll be a lot many economic questions.
I'll add
And
that.
also with Indian Express, if you can intersperse it with another national paper of your choice.
Okay.
Normally people do Hindu, but your choice. Okay?
I'll add
Read
it.
2 papers.
All the best, Mohit.
For the budget, the Economic Times and Financial Express are very good.
Economic Times and Financial Express.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
sir.
one of those.
I'll pick up one of those, sir. Thank you.
All
Thank
the
you,
best.
sir. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.